Hi, my name is Nana and welcome to my channel, A Puzzling Lamb. Today's video is all about one of my absolute favorite new discoveries I did last year, and that is the Lithuanian wooden puzzle company Fantasy Puzzles. Now, from the first puzzle I did of theirs, I completely fell in love with them, and I'm so incredibly lucky and thankful that Fantasy Puzzles sent me some of their puzzles, and one of them I'll be reviewing in this video. But before I get to the review, let me show you my collection of fantasy puzzles. So the first two puzzles I got of theirs, I bought at a puzzle warehouse sale. So the Danish puzzle shop, once a year have a warehouse sale, a physical warehouse sale. And last year, when I went to that warehouse sale, I had seen fantasy puzzles on Instagram. I was aware of them, but I hadn't really looked into them properly. But at that warehouse sale, they had quite a lot of their puzzles that they sold for really, really, really cheap. They had very minor damages to the boxes. So yeah, they sold them really cheap. And I bought two. And again, I really didn't know what to expect, but yeah, I fell in love immediately. The first one I got was this one, Amarok, don't know if that's pronounced correctly, this round puzzle with, let me see, 270 pieces. Now, I can already say, I will of course go into more details in my review, but I can already say that one of the best thing about these puzzles are the piece cuts. They're really amazing, and with this one, I'll put up some pictures, but this wolf's head here is just one big multi-piece whimsy. Yeah, really love it, really think it's fun, and I'm so happy I bought these. So as you can see, the damage to the box is here. So this very slight damage, I can't remember what I gave for them, but yeah, that is the reason that I could buy these for super cheap. The other one I bought at that warehouse sale is this Bastet. Again, really don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct. This has 600 pieces, and again, I'll put up some pictures of the piece cut. This one had a whole bunch of multi-piece whimsies. Really loved it, and also really a fun image to put together. Quite difficult, 600 pieces, that's quite a lot for a wooden puzzle, and the fact that it's this, almost completely mirrored image, but it was so much fun to put together. Now, oh yeah, and the damage this box had is here. You can see a little piece of that wood here has come off. So again, very minor damages. And I'm so happy I bought these puzzles. Now, when I had done those puzzles, I made some posts about them on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. And after I'd done those, Fantasy Puzzles contacted me and offered to send me some puzzles, which I, of course, gladly accepted. So these two puzzles I showed you first are from their, I think they just called them their animal collection. The next three are from their art collection. And I absolutely love that collection. It's not the biggest. I mean, this is quite a small brand, so they don't have the biggest selection of puzzles, but they're so beautiful. The first here, Dreams Behind Us. So much fun. I love this quirky but beautiful style. I have put this one together. Again, I have a post about it on my Instagram, and I'll also put some pictures up here, because with this cut, there was also a lot of cuts along the color lines. Spoiler alert, I'll be saying that a lot in this video. So the woman down here is one big multi-piece whimsy. I remember the head of the elephant. Also just in the clouds here, the pieces were like cloud-shaped. And yeah, so much fun. Again, I'll have some pictures up here so you can really see the cut of this puzzle. Really beautiful. 500 pieces. So yeah, I loved this one. I then got, and this box is really heavy, 2 seconds, this 700 piece puzzle. Oh, really heavy box. Just look at how beautiful this is. And I think on camera it does look a bit darker. You can't see quite as many details as you can here in real life. I haven't put this one together. I'm really looking forward to it. Really anticipating it being a big challenge. But yeah, really looking forward to it. And this artist here, I'm not going to pronounce the name of this artist. I do believe, I'll put it up a box if with a correction if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is a Lithuanian artist also. And they have several images of his you can buy, and they are all so beautiful. I really love them. This like really classical style, but with a twist, very like fantasy twist. Yeah, really love it. I think so. The name here is in Lithuanian, I believe. Let me just check. I don't think it says it in English anywhere, but I think the title of this translates to something along the line of The Tale of the Kings. Really looking forward to doing this one. And then the last one I got, which is the one I'm going to be reviewing in this video, and is by the same artist as the one with the elephant, is this 200 piece Play Life. And really, again, this like quirky but beautiful, kind of like classical style. I don't know how to describe it, but I love it. And let's just jump right into my review of this puzzle by the Lithuanian wooden puzzle company Fantasy Puzzles. Okay, first I just have to say I know the lighting is not very good right now. I will try and fix it when I edit the video, and I'll make sure once I've completed this puzzle to get some footage of it where you can really see the true colors of this image. But you know, it's winter, and even though it's in the middle of the day, it's just really dark, so I'm doing the best I can. And let's just get into this. So the box, as you can see, is a really sturdy wooden box. Here on the front, you have the logo Fantasy Puzzles. It says it's from the art collection, the name of this puzzle, Play Life, and the name of the artist. So really love that they have the name of the artist right here on the front of the box. And then you have a really nice image here of the image. So this is, you know, a piece of paper. Oh, I don't know exactly what it's made of, but it's, you know, glued to the top of the box here. And as you can see, it looks very shiny, but it looks worse here on camera than it actually is, because, you know, I have my light right there on top over me. But it really isn't that bad in real life. And then down here, it just said unique wooden puzzle and the number of pieces 200. Then on the sides here first, again the logo, the collection it's from, name of the puzzle, the artist's name, and the artist's signature. I really think that's a lovely touch. On this side here, oh, and also all of these details here are etched into the box. It's really lovely. Then on the side here, it says unique shaped wooden puzzle, and you get this little preview of how the piece cut is. And I really like this. I think it's beautiful, and I also think it's practical. We all have, you know, different preferences of how we like our wooden puzzle piece cut to be. So here you can, get a preview, see if it's something for you. Then nothing on this side. And then this side, again, the logo, name of the puzzle, and the number of pieces. They say size medium, and then 200 pieces. And this medium here, so there are a lot of wooden puzzles. I find often the cheaper wooden puzzles, they just tell you whether it's a small, medium, large, extra large. puzzle without telling you the actual number of pieces, or maybe they have it on the website, but they don't have it on the box. And I really want the exact piece count. I want to know that, medium says nothing to me, but 200 pieces, I really love they have that information. And then the puzzle information, 32 times 32 centimeters, and they also have it in inches, which, is lovely. I know I hate when I get, hate is a strong word, but it's a slight annoyance if I have puzzles where they only mention the size of the puzzle in inches, then I have to, work out how big that is in centimeters, and I'm sure people feel the same the other way around. So it's nice they have both. They have the website of the puzzle, and it says it's made in Lithuania. And again, as I'm sure I said in the intro of this video, I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm sure I'll mention that this is a Lithuanian brand, so it's really lovely that it's made locally to them. And then, just all the standard warning stuff. And again, on the back here, you have nothing. There's where it's manufactured and all of those practical stuff that have to be there. But I really think this is a beautiful, really sturdy box. And there are a lot of wooden brands that have wooden boxes for their puzzles. And I always really, think it's a nice, luxurious feature. But often what I think is the problem is that the lid of the box doesn't really stay put. So it's really easy to lose pieces. But here you can see there's this kind of like closing mechanism, if I can show you right. So it is really lovely, sturdy. The lid isn't coming off. I can turn it upside down without the lid coming off. And then I just open it here carefully. And it just works really well. And then the top of the box here, as you can see, flips open and you can have it like this. Then inside is a print of the image. A really nice like postcard quality here. It's really nice. I think it's a lovely size. How does it compare? It's a little bit bigger, tiny bit bigger than the one on the front of the box. So neither of these are like the biggest poster, the biggest image you could have, but I really like these smaller images. I like that, I can just sit with this in my hand and look really up close to it. I always prefer a smaller poster to a really big poster. And this also, with the quality of this, you could frame this if you really love the image, but you don't want to frame the puzzle. You could frame this. On the back here, then is some information about the artist, which I really like. You even have the artist's website here. I think that's a really nice touch, and I really love that they give you some information about the artist. You can pause here if you want to read. Always appreciate some focus on the artist. And then there are these wooden pieces here, which you can use to display this poster when you do the puzzle. So let me see. I don't know if this angle probably isn't very good for you, but you can see. Then you can have the poster standing there. So that's also really nice. Just put it there. And then here, before we get to the pieces, there is this really thick piece of felt with the company logo here also. Nice touch. So I like that, the pieces aren't in a bag, but they are, just a little bit protected here so you don't lose pieces. I really like that they're not just loose in the box. And then we have the pieces. And the first thing I notice is that there's definitely going to be a fun cut here, because as you can see with these pieces, they have this cut along the color lines. I can't remember. I'm sure there's some technical term for that. But this is going to be really fun. So really love seeing that. There's also this more like standard whimsy. Really looking forward to seeing this. This looks fun, exciting to see what this will turn into. So yeah, really excited to see how the cut of this puzzle is. Yeah. And also a lovely whimsy here. Here also looks like some cutting along the color lines. Now the quality of the pieces themselves. Let's just see how thick they are. I have to get this a little bit closer to myself here. I would say this is 4 millimeters. So I think that's a very standard thickness for a wooden puzzle. It's, yeah, it feels nice and thick and sturdy, and it's, yeah, really lovely thickness. And again, yeah, they feel really sturdy even here where the piece is really small. Yeah, here also, yeah, really nothing about the quality of the pieces. Also, when I just look through them, I don't see like any chipped pieces or any like burn marks, but all of that will obviously become more obvious once I start putting it together. But you know, just looking at them, I see no issues whatsoever. I love this whimsy. Oh, I'm really looking forward to discovering the cut of this puzzle. Now the quality of the print looks really good, doesn't look pixelated or anything. Yeah, and the colors, let's see how it matches. It's a bit difficult to see here, but I think it matches really well. And also here with the image on the front, I can see also between the box and the poster, I can't see any color difference. Yeah, and just, again, I just love the sound of wooden pieces and the feel. I really love the feel of these. They feel like, you know, the pieces are sturdy, but the image feels lovely, smooth and kind of soft. And again, you can see a little bit of glare, but I think it shows up more on camera than it does in real life. It seems, yeah, pretty matte to me. So let me just get all of these pieces out on the table. Oh, sorry, I just saw this piece here. Oh, I'm looking forward to discovering the cut of this puzzle. As you can see, there's also a piece of that thick felt on the bottom of the box. Yeah, I like that. And then let's just close up the box. Yeah, really love this box. Really think this is a great solution to having a wooden box, but with a lid that actually stays put. Yeah, I love that. I have another wooden puzzle brand that I like very much. They have like some elastic bands holding the top of the box together, but you know, over the years they've gotten loose and don't really work anymore. And yeah, I've seen some different attempts to making wooden boxes with the lids that stays put, and I think this is the best one I've seen so far. Really like it. And again, just the quality of it. So yeah, strategy with this puzzle. I think it's pretty easy to spot the edges. Of course, there could be false edges, but I think I will probably take out all the edge pieces. And the other puzzle I have from the art collection that I have put together, you know, that's the only square puzzle from them I've tried. As I remember it, the edges did lock together, and also just when you see these piece shapes, it does seem like, you know, there are a lot of, you know, it's not the standard innies and outies, but it does look like the pieces will lock together. Of course, there will be some whimsies that don't. Really nice little moon. Yeah, it looks like that might actually be placed in the moon. Exciting. But yeah, anyway, I think the pieces will lock together, so I think I will start by pulling out all of the edge pieces and putting that together. Then maybe I'll try and put this building here together. Yeah, all of this space up here will probably be the last thing I do. Yeah, it's tempting to pull out all of the red pieces and do those right away, but you know, there are red like all around here, so that might not be the easiest, but you know, it's only 200 pieces. I'm not expecting this to be a super difficult puzzle. So yeah, the edges, I'll take all of the whimsies and put to the side, as I always do with wooden puzzles. Yeah, really, this one's fun. Yeah, see, I'm getting into it already. It looks like there are a lot of whimsies for it being only 200 pieces. Oh, that's fun. Just doing a little bit of live puzzling here. Real-time puzzling. So as you can see, this is kind of like a, what do you call that, like shield, what do you call more specific? I can't remember the English term. But you can see here, this goes in there. That's fun. Kind of a little multi-piece whimsy here. Love that. Let's just put that together again. Ooh, that goes in really satisfyingly. Yeah, okay. Edges first, and then I'll see probably all of those buildings. So yeah, the one thing about taking out all of the whimsies first is that there are obviously some of these like cuts along the color line. Like, is this a whimsy? I don't know if this would qualify as a whimsy, but yeah, let's see. Oh, you can also really see it here. So this is there's like a little heart-shaped balloon there. So you can see it's actually just a normal puzzle piece, this, but then they've just cut around here with the color line. Really looking forward to it. It's also all of these cuts along the color lines. I don't know if there's a more concise way to say that. I'm saying that a lot. Anyway, that's one thing that really does add to the challenge. It makes it a bit more difficult, because if this piece had just been cut like normally, I would know, okay, I need a piece with a little bit of the red balloon on it. But now, you know, it could kind of be anything there. I hope you understand. I don't know. I don't think I explained that properly. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I'll get into this. And as always, I'll jump in with an update when I'm about halfway through. So this is where I'm at now. I ended up doing things in a little bit of a different order than I thought I would. So I started with the edge as I planned. I'm still missing a few. I'm sure they'll turn up at some point. And then just by the edge alone, I was able to put in a lot of whimsy pieces. And after that, it was really this light blue that stuck out to me. So I put that together, and then I had thought that I would put the astronaut together as one of the last things, but it just made sense when I put in those light blue pieces again. I'm still missing quite a lot of the astronaut here, but yeah, it's somewhere in all of these dark pieces. And then I put together the buildings here, which I had pulled out some of those pieces right at the beginning, and then this ground down here. And I am absolutely loving this. The quality is so nice. The pieces, they just feel really luxurious. And I always keep wanting to say that word, and I can't quite pronounce it. Luxurious. I love it. And one thing I want to highlight is also just with the cut of these pieces, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, really close. So I've had wooden puzzles, often the more cheaper ones, where even though I push together the pieces as much as I can, there's just a lot of gap between them. But here they're nice and close together, and I really like that. And then of course, that's the cut of the puzzle. So as I mentioned, a lot of whimsies. I absolutely love this little multi-piece, or two-piece whimsy here. But then there are all of these cuts along the color lines. There are a lot of them. This building here, the entire astronaut, this little spaceship here, the moon, the mountain, even like there's this line here. Yeah, I really think that's fun. And one thing I really enjoy about it is that it's not like completely along the color line. There are still these innies and outies. You can see it here. So I will definitely be able to pull out the astronaut, but there are still these innies and outies. Everything connects. You can see it here. So this one doesn't connect right here, but there are like a innie and outie there. So yeah, I really enjoy that. You can also see it with the moon here, and yeah, down here. So I really think this is an interesting cut, and yeah, I just love how it makes like big parts of the image into one big multi-piece whimsy. And also, as I mentioned, when I looked at the pieces in the beginning, it also does add to the difficulty quite a bit actually. So you could see like this part here was a little bit difficult because, I didn't know that a light blue piece went right there, and yeah, really love it. So now as you can see, it's mostly, let me just take the image here, it's mostly the red trees and then all of the sky here that I'm missing. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be that difficult again. It is only 200 pieces. There's also here, I think some of all of these pieces go together to make one multi-piece whimsy. I don't know, perhaps I can actually put a little bit of it together here. So yeah, you can see, exciting, some real-time puzzling here. That doesn't go there. I'm throwing around the pieces. I think this goes there. I don't know where this goes. But you can see again, so this is one multi-piece whimsy. Yeah. Really, I can see. Okay. I'll finish up this puzzle. I know I'm going to love the rest of this puzzle as much as I've loved it so far. Just the combination of the image and the piece cut. I really have nothing bad to say, but I'll get back to you once I'm finished with this and give you my final thoughts. I have to say, and this may sound weird, but I kind of hate when I'm gifted puzzles. I do a review of them and then I have nothing bad to say about them, because I never want you to think that I am leaving out anything bad just because I was gifted the puzzle. I promise you, I'm always 100% honest with you. And honestly, I have nothing bad to say about these puzzles. The box is beautiful. I love that the little poster it comes with and the fact that there's information about the artist on it. The overall quality of the pieces is great. Nice thickness of the pieces, no damaged pieces, no burn marks or chipped pieces. That's the same as damaged pieces, sorry. The surface of the pieces is really lovely. The color is great. Nothing bad to say about the quality. But the absolute best thing, the star of these puzzles, are the cuts. They're so interesting. They're different from each puzzle. There is a lot of that cuts along the color lines that then creates these big multi-piece whimsies. So with this one, like the astronaut itself was one big multi-piece whimsy, the buildings. Then of course there's also a bunch of just like normal whimsies, and also the placement of those were really thought out and for the most part really fitted went with the image. So the moon whimsy was in the moon. There were planet whimsies, astronaut whimsies, rocket whimsies. Most of those were actually in the sky. There were leaf whimsies that were all like where the trees are. It was just really thought out. And also the cut of the non-whimsy pieces. So here down at the ground, the cuts were very straight lines. And then with the trees, they were all like swirly, kind of leaf-shaped. Yet all of that just really added a lot to the experience of putting together these puzzles, and is a big, big highlight, and also makes it that each of these puzzles I've done from them have all been different experiences because the cuts fit so well with the image. And I really don't know what else to say about the quality of these puzzles, because I have nothing bad to say. I kind of wish I had, but I really don't. They are such an amazing experience. Now, of course, I have to talk price. And as I mentioned, the first puzzles I bought, the puzzles I have bought of these, I bought at a steep discount, and then I was gifted some puzzles from them. So I have never paid full price for any of their puzzles. And as is most of the time the case with wooden puzzles, of course, they do cost a lot of money. And looking at the website, the prices does vary a bit from puzzle to puzzle. So with this puzzle, Play Life, that I did in this review, this 200-piece puzzle costs 60.95 euros, which is definitely in the higher price range for wooden puzzles. It's still not the most expensive I've ever seen. There are some really expensive wooden puzzles out there, but it's definitely in the higher price range. You can also get this puzzle with 600 pieces. So a lot of the images, not all of them, but a lot of them you can get in different piece counts. And this one in 600 pieces costs 102.28 euros. So you definitely get more value for your money the bigger the piece count. The price per piece goes down significantly the higher piece count you buy. So that's definitely worth noting. The Tale of the Kings. This one I have in 700 pieces. You can also get this one in 150 pieces for approximately 34 euros. 300 pieces for 56 euros. And this one with 700 pieces is those 102.28 euros. The same as this one costs with 600 pieces. So again, the prices vary a bit, and the bigger the piece count, the more value you get for the money. There is, from their art collection, a puzzle, I'm a Bird Girl, I believe it's called. I'll put on an image. It's definitely on my wish list, that puzzle. All of the puzzles from the art collection are. That one, I believe, at least when I checked, you can only get with 460 pieces. And that one also costs the 102.28 euros. So I guess that is probably the one negative thing I have to say about this brand, is the pricing. Not so much that I think that the puzzles are too expensive. It's just a bit, all over the place. It's not like the 600-piece puzzles always cost this, the 200-piece puzzles always costs this. It varies a lot. So yeah, that will probably be my negative thing to say here. They have a collection, tarot cards collection, which I also absolutely love. Is also on my wish list. I don't have any relationship whatsoever with the tarot cards, but it's just some really beautiful puzzles. All of those are 250 pieces, and they cost 46.49 euros, which I again think is a very reasonable price. Because with these prices, you of course have to remember, it's wooden puzzles, it's a small brand, they are made in Lithuania, so locally to the brand, and the quality is top notch. So yeah, the only negative thing about the pricing for me is what can feel like randomness of it. But the prices themselves, I definitely think, are reasonable. I am very aware that it's still a lot of money to spend on puzzles, but if you have the money and if you really want to treat yourself, these are definitely worth it. But let me know in the comments if you would want to buy some of their puzzles. I am well aware that I am a bit of in general, a puzzle snob, but also with wooden puzzles, I'm quite a snob. I've tried some really cheap brands. That's just not my thing. So yeah, I think they're worth the money. But of course, it's still a lot of money. I for a long time have wanted to make a video where I compare different wooden puzzles in different price ranges. So it won't be like normal reviews of the puzzles, but just some of those like really, really cheap up to some really expensive and brands in between, to see what you get for your money. Even though the really cheap ones are really cheap, are they still worth your money? And the really expensive ones, are they really that much better? These I definitely recommend for the price. Again, if you want to treat yourself, I really recommend these. And now I think I've been rambling on enough. Let me know what you thought of this puzzle. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. See you next time.